This is going to be interesting.
I'm ready. Are you all ready?
I feel ready.
Yeah, the Splinter is ready.
Absolutely.
I'm good to go.
Before I delve into things, you guys might want to just explain a bit about each of your characters so that you get an idea of what you are for the roleplay aspects. So we'll start with Euphoria.
Euphoria is a tiefling woman who didn't have the easiest life, but quickly discovered that as an attractive young woman, it's easy to get what she wants from men, and sometimes she doesn't even have to be nice about it.
Okay. Grug.
Grug is a nasty piece of shit, basically. He's a little goblin that's been on his own, surviving in the wilderness. Carries around a lucky rabbit's foot as a token, and carries a war pick made out of a tiger's bone, and just doesn't really take to strangers. Prefers to be with animals rather than civilization.
Okay. Next up is Inedge.
Well, she is super nice, like overly nice. She loves everything and everyone. Like, she doesn't even care if she's never met you before. She's going to be your best friend. And she's absolutely like extra. But she's just got that little side to her that she can't really control that much. That's all I'm going to say.
Merc.
So, Merc is a half-orc who was kicked out of his academy for only being able to sing in F sharp, in the key of F sharp. And so has been wandering around for the last 3 years, going from village to village, singing whether people want him to or not, with his lute, which has stick figures around the side of it that he's carved himself. His panpipes are dreadfully out of tune, and his drum that he gladly hits all the way through the town just to let people know he's arrived.
We can play music together. I have a flute.
Yes.
Samson.
Samson is a frail-looking old man, halfling, Lightfoot. He has that typical cozy grandpa look to him. He seems easily approachable, and uses both hands on his quarterstaff, leaning with his full weight onto it to aid him standing. This is completely a ruse, of course. He doesn't actually need the staff, and he demands respect from youths, but also forgives easily for their poor manners if they apologise. He has grey, dusty-like hair that seems to be thinning out, and deep wrinkles as he stares vacantly with a large smile and squinty eyes. Sorry.
No, you got more.
Sorry. He used to be a spy. He's a retired spy, and some habits are hard to sort of get rid of.
And last but not least, Slate.
So if you were to look at Slate, you would see, well, from a distance, what would look like just a noble, like quite burly, like barrel-chested, head held high human man. But if you got close, you would notice his skin is like a mottled grey, similar to the look of maybe granite. He has a moustache, like a big handlebar moustache made of rock. He wears a fine silk tuxedo at all times, and has one like massive, like pimping silver signet ring on one hand, and well, when you first meet him, he'll probably do a very deep bow, like head to the floor, as he is a man of station and a man of honor.
A truly noble gentleman.
Exactly that.
Right, so with that out of the way, welcome to the business of emotion. You came together as an unlikely band of adventurers, just setting out in a somewhat youthful, for some of you, adventure that brought you all together. And now, as you traverse the world looking for daring trials and amazing adventures, you crest a small hill. The plains before you dip into a long, shallow valley. Two rivers slip down into this valley and converge on their way to the sea. Nestled between the rivers sits the sleepy village of Lanador. Green and amber squares checker the valley, signaling the presence of many farmsteads that supply the region's agricultural trade. One in particular, far to the north and blurred by the haze of distance, shines in strips of vibrant colour. As you descend into the valley, you find many of the farms in ill repair, with rotting crops and wandering livestock. You walk along a wagon-rutted dirt path down the gentle slope into the valley. Between the path and the nearest field of grain rests a wagon and a handful of ragged tents. From behind the tents, you hear a frenzied shouting.
I'm going to step forward and call out, "Who goes there?"
As he does that, I'd like to step into the shadow of one of the tents.
And additionally, as he does that, Samsung will reach forward and go, "Oh, what?"
"Don't worry, old man. I've got this. Who goes there?" And I'm just going to keep calling out and like approaching until there is a response.
Grug pulls out his war pick and starts smiling.
I'm just going to skip in front of everyone and just go, "Hello? Is anybody there?"
And so, as you walk around the corner, I rolled 20 question. No worries. As you crest around the corner, you see a group of 5 men shout and wave their arms about, trying to scare off a pack of 4 snarling wolves. The men stand around in the recently butchered remains of a sheep as the wolves circle them menacingly. As if on cue, the wolves begin to tighten their orbits, approaching the terrified men.
Grug will scream a high-pitched squeal and charge forward.
I'm right behind him saying, "Stand behind me, common folk. I'm here to your rescue." And I'm going to charge the nearest wolf.
Okay. Can I have an intimidation check first for the screech?
Right. See, Grug screech.
Euphoria is going to try and position herself without revealing her position.
As I run at the wolves, the next just going to play
God.
march. Oh dear.
It's a great start. Roll
But
go.
they're
Good for the
just
stats.
dogs. Why are we going to hurt the dogs?
"Stay back, fair maiden. They mean you ill harm."
But how can they look at them? They're so cute and they're so fluffy, and I want to go and stroke it.
I think Grug loses his voice.
How long have we been adventuring together? Like, would I know that?
You've had one adventure so
Okay,
far.
so I would know everyone's like method of fighting, sort of thing.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm now hesitant to try and stop. Is it Inej?
Inej.
Yeah.
Inej.
I'm hesitant to try and stop you, seeing as how you fought in the past.
I just want to go and stroke the dog. Just looks so lonely. Maybe if he has some love, he'll stop being so mean.
Yes, that was a nat 1.
Good to know that I am just sorting out.
I rolled really good on stats. And as usual, when I play, I roll terrible.
Welcome to my world.
Roll 20 does not like me.
I think Roll20 just doesn't like high stat characters.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
I'd like to think while no one's paying attention to Samsung, he's like parkouring like off the walls and the beams and stuff.
But like that Little Britain sketch, that one guy, whenever you're not looking, he's like doing a 25-foot drop into a pool with 3 front flips.
Pretty much. All right, then, if you guys are charging in, I'd like you to roll initiative. Let me just get the count up. And
Can I go and do my stealth roll before you roll initiative?
yep. Put the counter up. Yeah,
Holy
remember to
crap.
click on your token first.
Hey.
Yeah, you may be doing parkour, but you're really slow at it.
Fuck me, I'm slow as fuck.
Hey, that's 20.
Well, that's character driven. I'm like hobbling with both hands on my staff.
I feel that Grug's just getting pushed back a little bit and trampled on as he's running forward.
In the interest of fairness, can I opt to go after Ollie since they did get an at 20?
Oh yeah, I would have thought that was high as a regular 20 plus your dex.
And then let's add.
Have you got 0 to your initiative, Ollie?
Yeah.
How?
He's not a dex character.
Let me just
I'm-
roll there.
Everything but Dex, actually. Oh, actually,
So
never
we
mind. I'm
had
not very wise.
We had a few people who didn't click their tokens before rolling.
Yeah, click your tokens and re-roll if you.
It goes for
That'd be
you, Mads.
Ellie, Nick, and Madison.
Oh, mine's on there.
Right at the top.
Oh yeah.
So this one gets 14. Second one gets a 4. I'm a very weird DM. I run by dice instead of like automatic a lot of the time.
Yeah, to each their own method.
That's a 19 for that one. And the last one, 16. Very nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, everyone's in. So descending. And ignore the grid lines on there. I mixed the map.
As a note, because you had us roll initiative on the other map, we can no longer see our initiatives.
Oh,
Balls.
That should show it now.
Nope.
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 No,
No?
it's
You
because
changed the page.
Ugh.
Don't worry. If you know it, that's good enough.
Yeah, I know it. Good enough, yeah. Yeah. So there we go. Euphoria.
Can I let Ollie go first since he got a nat 20?
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, right. Let's see. Okay, I am going to, as I'm not a very wise character, I imagine this is what I would do. I'm going to spend a grit point and dash as a bonus action, and charge like my back perfectly straight, arms in like a boxer's stance, straight towards the nearest wolf, and punch it in the face.
Yeah. Roll attack. That is a miss.
Blast it, you fiend! And then I'm gonna take a step back and get ready to get mauled by a wolf.
Okay. Euphoria.
I am sneaking, so I am at half speed.
Mm-hmm.
But because I'm a rogue, I'm going to cunning action dash. So I'm right up in the shadow of this tent.
Yep.
And just need to check one thing. Yeah, I'm going to hold my action until one of the wolves is within 10 feet.
Okay. It is now the green wolf turn. He is going to move up to Slate, and he is going to make a bite at you.
Try.
16.
16 hits. Fuck.
That is 6 points of piercing damage.
Owie.
Look.
Okay. Taking that. If I can move up by there,
Yeah, 50 feet. Yeah.
15 feet. And I'm going to say, what did the wolf say when someone stepped on his foot? Woo! And then cast hideous laughter on the orange wolf.
Okay. You drop that. Yeah. It's a creature with intelligence. Intelligence is 3. Isn't affected.
Fuck.
It just perks its ears up at you and shakes its head and continues snarling at Slate.
That's a good start.
It is now the orange wolf's turn. It's going to take a swing at Slate.
I would just
That's
like to take this opportunity to say, good job there, Keyleth.
That's another 16 because that's pack tactics.
Yep. That is my AC, just for future reference.
4 points of piercing damage.
Ah, they're getting weaker, friends.
No, I rolled 2 1s on its 2d4. Inej.
I'm gonna go to the green wolf. Can I get there? Can I get to the green one?
You should be able to.
Ah,
Yeah,
Kapoosh.
it's 25 feet of movement, so.
And I'm going to lift up my battle axe, crying. I don't want to do this, but you're being a bad dog.
Yeah, that hits. Okay. 6
Just
points.
saying,
of
I'm
damage.
sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay. Next, it is the red one. This one is going to run behind.
Which triggers my held action.
What was that?
Which triggers my held action as it runs past me.
Yep. So it's there.
And I'm going to lash out with my whip as it passes.
Yeah, roll an attack. With advantage, because you are
Sneaky.
sneaking. Yeah.
So that's 12 points of slashing damage from my whip.
Yeah. Are you going lethal or non-lethal?
Oh, straight up lethal.
Yeah, so you whip, and your whip curls around its neck as it runs past, and it yanks itself against your whip and snaps its own neck. Grug.
Right. Grog is going to run forward to. And he's going to probably see if he can make it to here, next to the
Yep.
orange.
Yeah.
With that, he's gonna rage as a bonus after seeing his friends. He's kind of started to like them, not so much friends, but they are people he's kind of started to open up to. But yeah, starts to rage, and he's going to take a swing at the orange.
Yep. Roll attack. No,
That's an 8.
that misses.
Jesus, God, he's terrible.
And Samson, the old man left behind.
Because I'm small enough to. I'd like to have Samson run up into NJ's spot, and that's why I thought I couldn't. There you go. So I'll put it there so I can still grab it, and just look at the dog and whack him with the quarterstaff. You bad dog.
Yep, make your attack. That does not hit.
Oh, well, he'll use his unarmed strike as a backup to hopefully.
Yeah, bonus action unarmed. Yeah, that hits. Roll damage. Yeah, and with that, you lash out with your foot and almost punt it as it yelps, and you feel the ribs crack as it sobs over. That one is now the blue dogs. It is going to lunge at Grug. Attack with advantage. That is a 19, so that hit, won't it? Grug?
Yeah, that hits.
6 points of piercing damage as it bites into your ankle.
So I'd take half of that, yeah, because I'm raging.
Yep. So 3 points. And go back to the top of the order. Slate.
Okay, now I'm close to things. Hopefully I can do a bit more damage. I'm just going to try and punch the wolf that I failed to punch in the face earlier.
Yep.
And punch it again.
Yeah. Roll damage. Yeah, this time you wind up a good old haymaker and clock it in the jaw, which breaks its jaw, and it slumps and keels over, dying.
Lovely. Okay, and then I'm going to step forward and use my bonus action to attack the next one.
Yep. Oh my god. Yeah, roll damage.
We're using them all up. Nice, though.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Yeah, this time you go for a second strike, but you don't quite have the strength after that solid haymaker you gave to the first one. So it hurts and it yelps out in pain, but still stands there. Euphoria.
Since my whip's wrapped around the neck of the first one, I'm going to drop it as I just kind of strut forward around the backside of this wolf. Pull out 2 daggers and try to stab it.
Yep.
First one. Advantage for flanking, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, that hits. Yeah, that's enough as you drive your daggers into its back and tear it as it slumps dead.
Now she's the kind of woman to give any dog a bone.
She scares me a little bit.
And as everything settles down, the merchants sort of come out, having fled a little bit into the trees for cover. One of them braving up to come towards you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. We didn't particularly want to be dinner there.
You need to get control of your dogs, you stupid men.
They were entirely wild, I assure you. Yeah.
Hello, what's your name?
Well, I am Frederick. That's Archibald over there. Alexander is somewhere hiding. He doesn't like dogs or wolves, for that matter.
Well, my name is Inez Flutter Sparkle Battle Fairy Princess III. It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure, and he sticks out a hand.
I added the third myself because I think it makes me sound more sophisticated than if it was just ended with princess. I'm the third. I didn't want to be the second. I think it sounds a bit, not as good.
Derivative is the word you're looking for. I step forward and shake his hand and saying, "How are you doing, sir? It's nice to meet one of the common folk." And I give him a sort of a light punch on the shoulder.
He looks at you both with sort of an instant face of regret and nerves. He's just like, right, well, thank you very much for the assistance. What brings you on the road?
We were just traveling and walking around and being friends, making friends as well.
Yes, walking, as all these people do, dragging an old man along. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Don't act like we've never seen you do that weird stuff you do when you think no one's looking, old man. I'm sorry, that was really rude. I do apologize. I'm sorry.
I have offered you to carry you on my shoulders, but it seems you have refused in the past. Would you like to take me back up on that offer at all?
Now see here, Sonny, you're not too big for a beating.
That was a little
I
bit
apologize.
for.
I do like a deep bow, like my head almost hitting the floor.
So, right, well, which way are you headed? To Lanador? We've just left. Got some deliveries to spread to the wide world. No? You perhaps just traveling through, heading on your way to Lanador?
Wherever our jobs take us, good friend.
I'm just following wherever they're going, to be quite honest.
'Tis the journey, not the destination.
Well, Lanador is a perfect destination if you want to go as budding romantics. It's a lovely place, nice clear skies, fields, and you'll find easy enough love if you're not taken already. I mean, no offense.
Grug's ears will kind of pick up when you say romantics and be like, is there goblins?
Oh, well, there's the current gnome family, the Thistle Shrimp. They're quite big on the business, but otherwise, everything seems to be going all right. Harvest is good. Yeah, fields may not be looking too bad, but they're we managed to get by. That's why we've decided to share our wealth with the world.
Kind of looks a bit, still a little bit guarded and stuff, and kind of walks back to one of the tents and just sits there quietly.
As the rest, Oswald, Archibald, Alexander, both all return. and sit down, sort of breathing sighs of relief. That even with the dead wolves right next to them, they get their nerves down. One of them, Alexander, is staring very intently at Euphoria, almost love-struck.
Something catch your eye there, Sonny?
Well, she's rather pretty, I'll say.
Yes, but she is not an object, so you should not stare because that is very rude.
Oh, I meant no offence. It's I'm simply stating my my views, and perhaps you will have great success in Lanador.
I'm sure if she had interest, she'd show it.
Honestly, it's hard for her not to. Have you seen what she's wearing? And I mean that with absolutely no disrespect. Women and the elderly are to be respected more than anyone else.
Well, Euphoria, does this young man, does he appeal to you?
Alexander started to get very shy with all the attention mounted upon him.
It may not be my place, Samson, but I think you might be putting both of them on the spot at the moment. I believe love should take its time.
While this is going on, Grug's just going to walk to a wolf and just cut out its heart and start eating it.
Should take its time. Back in my day, the people, yes. Well, I've had my fair share. I've been around the block, don't you know?
As Grug starts eating the wolf's heart, I'm going to shield my eyes and like almost gag. You probably know by now that Slate does not bear well with the sight of excessive gore. Like a nosebleed is enough to
just Grug just sitting there like Gollum eating the fish in Lord of the Rings. It's just like gnawing at it.
Grug, my good man, I would ask that you save that for later. Vomiting like into my mouth and swallowing it again.
It was like peeling a bit off and just dangling it so that you can fully see that he's just putting it into the back of his throat as his head's tilted back.
Excuse me, gentlemen, I must get some air. I just run off into the woods and then vomit immediately.
Grug will giggle and then just carry on eating away.
Let me know when he finishes.
After some time, you get a bit of rest, and then the merchants load up their carts, pack away their tents, and...
Do you have any idea of what they're actually transporting, or...?
You have a look in, it's mostly grain, a few flowers as well. Mostly grain. And with a few farewells, a longing look from Alexander at Euphoria, they set off the way you came as you head towards the town of Lanador. And as you travel in, you notice the farmhouses around the fields are run down. Yes, sir. Are you saying something?
No.
Thought somebody had interrupted. Okay. You travel past the amber and green fields, seeing the farmhouses are run down. Heading closer and closer, you can see Landor's rustic town square. The otherwise drab village is dotted with bright spots of colour, which on closer inspection are huge bouquets of vibrantly coloured flowers packed along every windowsill. flowers are posted every few feet, bearing a winking gnomish face and the message, "Tulips flowers, perfect gift for your sweetheart." To the
Are
east,
there any wildflowers around?
no, these are all potted
Mm.
flowers.
Damn it.
To the east, a building marked as the Polished Plate is a din of activity and sound. A building across the square is labelled the Glossy Bedpost by a large carved sign that also advertises nightly rates. Hastily scrawled beside the nightly rates in a fresh coat of paint is an added message that states hourly 2 copper pieces. So where are you guys going first?
I would like to buy some flowers if that's okay with everyone.
Well, I would like to join you. I'm looking for a fair maiden of my own. Seek to woo her with some nice roses.
That's a bit weird, but okay.
And Grog will kind of just hesitantly just stand outside of the door, not sure whether to go in or not. If there's too many people in. How busy would the Polished Plate be?
It is very busy. You head up and you open the door and find a simple rustic tavern that is filled almost to capacity. A lone barmaid hustles around serving drinks and food to her many patrons. The people inside snuggle each other closely, lit by low burning candles as a bard in the corner croons out ballads and mythic romances. A stand by the bar is filled with fresh cut flowers and a friendly winking gnome. The barmaid notices you and ushers you inside the bar.
I'd like to also point out that Grog hasn't wiped the blood off his face yet from
It
where he
doesn't-
ate the heart.
I have offered him a handkerchief multiple times.
Samson will actively look around to see if he recognizes anyone as his bloodline as a hornet head, if there's anyone else here that he recognizes or could possibly be an offspring of his.
No, there is no identifiable people here. But as you are ushered in over to the bar, the lady gives you a strong smile. "What can I get you, lovelies?"
Do you have any flowers, perchance? Or do I have to go somewhere else?
No, you're entirely welcome to this. And she picks one out of the pot and hands it to you gingerly.
I don't suppose you have a few more, do you? I don't mean to be greedy. I just want to make something out of them.
"Oh, that's no problem at all, dear. Just pick the ones you like. We get plenty provided by tulips."
Oh, thank you. That's so kind of you.
Grog will ask if there's any raw meat that you can have. Maybe some offal.
We can serve you loads of different things. Just give me one moment to go and get something for you, lovely. And as she heads off to go and get your request, you notice that the people inside are all have their attention on each other. There's no normal interaction. It's all very overly romantic.
Grug will also, whilst the woman walks off, he will turn to Slate and just grin at him, knowing that he's got a bit of a delicate tummy.
I'm just like staring straight up at the ceiling, just pretending not to notice that you're there. Oh, great, great.
Is there anything?
Support
anyone-
beams we have up here. Not looking down.
Is there anyone that stands out, possibly, or is it just they're just loving couples in this place?
There's a lot of loving couples. There's a few very burly men around, and one of them is enamored with a pretty young woman, petite, very attractive, dainty looking. As you're scanning the crowd and you keep your eyes on this, the woman returns. She goes, Oh, that's my dear husband, Marcus. We have an understanding. Love is a beautiful thing. And she hands over this piece of meat, wiping her hand away. And she goes, "Can I get you anything else? Ale, perhaps? The ale is very lovely."
Do you,
I'll
do you have any
a
milk?
round of ale for my fellows.
Just a milk for me, thank you.
Milk? No problem, dearie.
I'd like an extra ale, please. On top of one I've already got.
No, I don't want any arguments, you lot. I'll fit the bill.
And she's just sat on the floor, quite literally in the middle of the tavern, is just weaving all these flowers together, paying no attention to anything.
Okay. So how many of you are having ale?
2 for me.
Grog will have one, yeah. They'll have a little half.
So Grog's having one. Samson
Slate's having one.
is having milk.
Milk.
Slate.
Yep, I'm having one. Maybe like the fanciest ale they have, but I'm paying for everyone. It is of my.
So
my house is on
everybody but Samson is drinking.
Euphoria has not ordered anything.
Euphoria is not ordered. Okay.
Also, just as a quick note, since we have been adventuring for at least a little while together, you guys would know that Euphoria, while she can speak, does not speak very often.
Okay.
And for those of you who have an ale, she happily takes a few copper pieces off of you, her ale. Those of you who do drink it feel, as you have your sips of ale, a wave of peacefulness and confidence wash over you.
Anyone attempting to pay for the ale, Samson will whip their hand out of the way and pay the bill.
I continue to try to pay, even though I get my hand hit every time I do.
Now,
No, honestly, my man, it is on me. Ow!
Listen here, Sonny. I'll pay the bill.
No, I insist. It must be my burden.
I can't take it with me when I'm gone.
You mustn't think like that. Imagine what you must leave your children. Honestly,
while these two are arguing about the bill, Anna's just going to get up off the floor with this little flower crown that she's made, walk over to Euphoria, place it on her head, and say, "That makes you look a little bit less scary."
The barmaid gives a very warm smile at Edge's actions. He goes, "Aren't they just a lovely couple?"
Totally
Oh,
offensive.
we're not together. No, she's my friend. I like her. She's my friend. They're all my friends, but we're not together.
Grog will kind of spit down onto the floor and just be like, "Love is for weak."
Oh, love is a beautiful thing, dear. You really must enjoy it. Get to relax.
Brad doesn't enjoy anything.
I'm too old and cynical for love. I've had more than my fair share. I ain't going down that road again.
Grog will turn around and say, "Grog enjoys fighting, hearts, blood."
Yes, but those are weird things to enjoy.
I hear you enjoy stealing heart?
Eating, not stealing.
She's obviously very odd in the way she's acting. Not at all flustered by your very barbaric manner.
It's probably best, Grog. Women can only bring sorrow. After in the end, believe me, you don't want to fall down that route. First, before you know it, you've got half a dozen children, and they go off and they have children, and then you're swamped by all these grandchildren, and before you know it, you're out adventuring with a bunch of rough scullions.
As
You must
he's,
have many stories.
as he's complaining, Euphoria will tap one of her fingernails against the counter to try and get the bartender's attention.
Yes, dear. What can I help you with?
She hooks a thumb over towards her husband and, in a soft whisper, simply asks, "Understanding?"
Oh, yes. It's love is just such a wide, all-including thing that I do not worry that he's being unfaithful. He's merely exploring what he wishes.
With that, Euphoria will give a grin, get up from the counter, and walk in his direction.
Yep.
Her intention very obvious.
Samson is still rambling on about his endeavours and previous love, and how that came to a demise over and over again.
Grug is just licking the blood off the plate.
As Euphoria is whispering into the barmaid's ear, the man that she's pointing at looks at you at the bar, gives a very stern, almost jealous look before he stands abruptly, scraping his bar stool back as it clatters to the ground. The tavern falls to an immediate silence, with every eye resting on him. Marcus raises a call to the locals around him. Men, these strangers think they can come in here and steal our women their charm? Let's teach them a lesson. And he pulls out a heavy mason's hammer from his belt and charges it at Euphoria. Or-
Excuse me, sir. We're not stealing anything. We're just coming for drinks and flowers.
Grug will
Yeah.
jump off. Grug will
Four
jump
of the
onto the bar.
townsmen jump to their feet and join him. And I'm going to move you across to the next battle.
Grug will jump onto the bar whilst this is happening and charge head first at the guy,
So,
the big guy.
As
Grug
this
was
is
on the bar.
happening, Samson will take the last swig of his milk, leaving a milk tash across his top lip.
So I assume it's kind of a case of like Euphoria turns around to head towards him and finds him charging towards her instead.
Yeah.
Got it.
So if you can all roll initiative again, I will.
And Grug will let out a little laugh as well.
Wow, low rolls.
Really low roll.
There's a nat 20.
Yeah, there you go, Grug.
Well, probably best for my character though.
+4 dex. Jeez.
Oh yeah, I'm very dexterous.
I think you're very everything.
I rolled very high. I've rolled 2 16s and a 17.
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say if you've got a +4 dex as a barbarian.
Goblins get +2 dex and 1 constitution. So my AC is 18
Level 2. Wow.
for a barbarian.
Just can't hit this fucker.
I thought if I do him just so he can take a bit of damage.
Well, that's my first natural one of the session. For one of them.
How many of them are there?
There is the barmaid's husband
Mhm.
and
That
4
is-
townsfolk.
Okay. So 5 guys in
I take
total.
it the husband's the one that's slightly.
Bigger.
This one here, yeah. Okay.
He's a carpenter.
He's gonna get a face full of axe.
Yep, so we'll start with Grug.
I will whip out. Let's just see. Bear with me. I think Grug will step forwards, and javelin is 30 to 120. Right, so on top of the bar.
Yep.
Can I Can I throw a javelin at the big guy?
Yeah, you can have disadvantage because you're.
That's fine. I'll go with that.
Uh,
18.
Does hit.
And 7 piercing damage.
It's a shame you
Okay.
didn't have advantage. That would have been a crit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Grog will scream with glee as it hits him.
Yeah, the javelin flies very well through the air for your, because the height advantage you have, and digs into his foot. So he lets out a yell. And it is now Merc's turn.
Merc's going to look at these people running towards them and just say, I am having a very bad day. First, the wolf didn't like my joke. Now you look like a piece of ass. And just cast vicious mockery.
Nice.
If it's any consolation, I thought you were joking.
Vicious mockery against the husband?
Yeah.
The big guy.
Yeah.
That is a fail.
Oh my god.
Holy shoot.
What is going on?
No,
I mean, the big guy failed.
yeah, failure's a good thing, honestly.
Oh, right. There we go. Fantastic.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, can you?
Hello.
My sound went for some reason. Right. Inej.
I'm going to move to here. And I am going to throw my javelin at the big guy. Say, that's my friend. Don't be mean to her.
Yeah, that hits.
My
You
pointy
guys
daddy poker.
Yeah. So he takes 4 points of damage. At this point, all the people in the tavern are shouting and screaming things like, that's not very loving. Let the heart have what the heart wants.
Grog will shout, fuck the heart.
Right. It is his turn. So he's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he does not
Please
have any
don't
range.
hurt me, sir. Please don't.
He is just going to grab a plate off the table and throw it at you. That is a 16.
Is it like fucking odd job?
Yep, that hits. That really hits.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Excuse me, sir, but I
As
think
it-
that
as-
I asked you to not throw things at me that hurt.
So as you're asking him not to throw stuff at you, this plate just comes in and clangs into your face. Right, it is now this guy's turn. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he is just going to wait. He's going to hold his action. This guy's going to move there and do nothing. Euphoria.
This is like the worst position for a rogue. Alright, so Euphoria is going to look at this since her initial target is now bleeding from several places. She's going to look over towards the green guy over here with a smile and just kind of approach him slowly. She just kind of puts her hands in front of her and, with a sad expression and says, "Forgive me." Basically just trying to take the fight out of him.
Yeah, you had a nail, didn't you?
I did not have anything to
You
drink.
did not. Then just roll a persuasion check. Just a regular persuasion check.
Oof, that was a bad roll. Good
Okay.
modifier, but bad roll.
He rolled a natural 18, so he just shakes his head.
Naughty, naughty. And then I'm going to whip out with my whip.
Yep.
Wow, those are bad rolls.
I'm not seeing the attack go through.
was
Against
a 12.
him. No, that does not hit.
Yeah, that's it for my turn.
Samson.
Okay. Samsung, along with his milk tash, squints his eyes, wipes with the forearm across his milk tash, and says,
Now it's time to open a can of whoop-ass.
and he dashes. Well, he moves to the green and beats him with a stick.
Okay. Beat him with the stick. Yeah, that hits.
For 1 damage.
The most frail hit.
You get a dex bonus.
You open your can of whoop-ass and poke him with your
Yeah.
stick.
I'm gonna use an
should
unarmed
get your-
strike as well.
You
It's
should
a
get
dex-
your dex
And
bonus on
miss. Is it a
Yeah,
dex?
yeah.
because you're a monk.
Yeah, you
it
need a
should.
dex bonus, so that's 3.
Why is that not on there? That's
So
5.
it's 3 points of damage.
It's
Have you got it
1
set to
plus
doing
4,
strength
isn't it?
modifier
Oh,
attack?
So, yeah, sorry, it's full. My dex is full.
Okay, so 5 points of damage.
Attack dex.
The second one does not hit, though.
No, that's fine.
Right. With that is your bonus action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is going to do nothing. Sleep.
Okay. Right. Who out of them looks the most like riled up and the most offended? Is it the bartender's husband?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go for him then. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go. Get to there. And I'm going to attempt to grapple him as my main attack. And as I do so, I'm like sort of just trying to like put not a choke hold, but like hold his arms in place so he doesn't hurt anyone. Telling him like, "Oh, we mean you no offense, friend. I promise."
Make me. Oh, that's an 8.
Yeah.
He rolled a natural 15, so no.
Okay, then I'm going to use my bonus action to try and grapple him again.
Yeah. Okay.
As fisticuffs. See, there we go.
Okay, that's him. He rolled a natural 20.
Oh, damn it.
So you come in trying to sort of hold him back, and he just shakes you off.
I look over my shoulder and go, "They're a bit stronger than they look, friends." And then get ready to get punched in the face.
5, 10, 20, 25. This guy's going to move up, and he is going to make a strike at you. Natural 1. So this guy's probably had a few to drink already, and makes a swipe at the surprisingly dexterous old man who manages to duck out the way. Grug, top of the order.
Right, Grog is going to run across the bar to the end, leap off across, and land here.
Yep.
And then he is going to recklessly. He's going to rage first.
Yeah.
And then he's going to reckless attack.
Okay. Attack with advantage. Jesus Christ. Yeah, roll down.
And I will also do Fury of the Small, so I add another 2 on.
So 17 points of damage.
That's it.
Lethal or non-lethal?
Oh, lethal.
So you take your pick and slam it into his gut, to which people gasp as this one keels over, bleeding, holding his entrails in, and
Oh.
falls dead.
I'll hold the pick in two hands in the air and then just start doing a little jig and giggling.
People start running out at this point, trying to get away from Merc.
Can I use my reaction to vomit?
You may.
Okay.
Actually, make me a Constitution save, please. Yeah, you see the blood go. Yeah. Manage to bring a hand up to your mouth before you do, then grab a cup from the table and vomit into it. Merc.
Merc's going to pull out his drum, and on the side of his drum, there's just little tambourine sides, and he's just going to go boom, boom, as he watches him just vomit over the side, and then
Okay.
And then I'm gonna look at the green one and say, an E flat walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve minors." And cast his youth laughter again. Because this guy has got to be here before.
Yes, he does. What's your save DC?
Save DC is a 12. Oh,
He rolled a natural 6, so he starts laughing, giggling to himself. Starts off small and it rises into full-on laughter before he falls over and keeps giggling constantly. So he's prone. Okay. That'll do. Inej.
Inej is going to walk very slowly and very uncharacteristically scarily up to the big guy.
Yep.
With this kind of feral look on her face and scream, "I asked you not to hurt me!" And then she's going to rage.
Okay. Yeah.
And then she's going to take the battle axe with both hands and rise it above her head.
Mm-hmm. That's reckless, yeah?
Sure.
Yep. So that one hit. Yeah, so roll damage, 5 points of slashing.
And she's just going to be screaming the entire time.
It's his turn, and now angry, hurt, and a little misguided in probably your intentions, is going to take an attack at you, Inej. 2 attacks, actually. With advantage. That's cocked. That is a 21.
Fuck.
So you take, for the first one, 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And the second one is a 23. So you take another 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
The half-turn rage.
Yeah, so 4 and it was 6 for the first one, wasn't it? So a total of 7. Total of 7 points of damage.
Okay.
As he brings up his hammer and clocks you in the side, and then whips around for a second attack on your other side. It is now the green guy's turn. He needs to make another wisdom save, doesn't he?
Yep.
Although I believe it's at the end of it.
Yeah, it's at the end of his turn. That's what I was just checking. So his turn is gone. He's still laughing on the floor, but that's a natural 1. So he's still giggling like a madman. He is now the blue guy. he is going to move up and take a swing at you.
But
Ines,
why?
again,
I'm so precious, a little.
with advantage. That's a total of 8. I rolled a natural 2 and a natural 5.
Hey, misses.
Euphoria.
Since the green guy's incapacitated, I'm going to go down this way and slip behind him.
So you squeeze around the table silkily behind him. Yep.
And then just say punishment as I bring my whip down on his back.
Yeah.
Use a BDSM fucking thing.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Pretty much,
The
yeah.
name is Euphoria. How did you not guess?
Attack with advantage.
Yeah, her name is Euphoria, and she's the whip. Really?
Yeah, I got inklings a bit, and then
Oh
just
my
that.
god. Oh my
Holy
god,
shit.
guys.
Oh god.
Just
Yeah.
as a note, this is non-lethal. I'm just going for the back.
Yeah, roll damage.
14 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, that's enough. You choke the man out. You give him one whip across his back, tearing into his shirt before you wrap it around his neck and asphyxiate him until he's unconscious.
As a
So-
bonus action, can I turn to the red guy since he would have had a good angle to see all this and just kind of cock an eyebrow at, like, are you sure you want some of this?
Yeah, make me an intimidation check.
Not my best, but I'll give it a shot. Good roll.
Mm.
Natural 1. The
Oh,
red guy just goes, and runs. Will run for the door on his turn. Samson.
That's it for me.
Samson will look at the guy laughing on the floor and say,
You wait until I tell your mother.
and beat him with his stick.
Yeah, roll with advantage. Because he's prone. Yeah, that's gonna hit. 7 points of damage. Yeah, and with that, he is, I'm assuming, non-lethal?
Yeah, non-lethal. I just want to knock him out.
Yeah, you bonk him on the head, and he stops laughing, just hits the floor. So he is unconscious.
These whippersnappers today have no respect.
Okay. Are you moving, or...
Yeah, I guess he will.
You still have a bonus action, technically, because you've used your
Yeah,
action to
yeah.
attack.
I guess I'll. Well, I don't know if I can get to who I need to. Hold on. So
You should be able to reach the blue guy.
and the red guy. The red guy's on the run anyway, isn't he?
He is frightened of
I think I
Euphoria.
can get to
Yeah.
there, and I'll use me. I'll be using a key point if I can, and use flurry of blows.
Flurry of blows.
1, 2. Oh.
Yeah, both hit. Roll damage. Wow, exactly his hit points. And you watch as from out of nowhere, Inej and Slate, as this old man runs around you, leaps onto the chair, onto the table, and just lays a 1-2 onto this member of the town, and he just crumples.
Go, Grandpa! Yeah.
Please don't kill them.
And with that, the one guy left, terrified of Euphoria, runs for the door and bursts out into the town. And with that,
I told you were scary.
Euphoria just grins. Can I go ahead and do a medicine check to try and take care of some of the wounds on the...
Yeah, you can roughly patch him up, but it won't.
Oh yeah, no, I am not even proficient. This is just kind of like a basic thing.
Yeah. Make a medicine check.
Also, is there
Not much.
anything? Oh, sorry. Yeah, is there anything that the green guy might be holding? Because Grog is going to start rifling. Grog is going to rifle through his pockets.
He's got a small club, but apart from that, he's got a few copper pieces, a silver. He was here for a good time at the pub with a lover.
He'll take the silver piece and bite it, and then put it in his pocket, and then pick up the club, and then just give the guy a little smack with it.
Is there anyone else left in the bar?
No, aside from the barmaid, who is currently horrified at what you've done. More a Grug for killing a man in her tavern. But other than that...
Oh, technically I'm neutral evil.
Oh my god.
And Nej's gonna hold up her hand and wait for Euphoria to high five her.
Just hang in there.
Come on, don't leave me hanging. We're friends.
Sorry, was something happening with Euphoria? I cut out there for a moment.
And Nej was trying to give you a high five.
Yeah, high five me. We're friends.
Her hands are busy trying to deal with the injuries on this guy, so her tail just comes up and slaps against your hand.
Woo! Friendship.
You stuff a few bits of his shirt against the wound, but you're not quite sure what to do. And at this point, the barmaid runs over Marcus, and then runs to the down man that you are now trying to roughly patch up. It's like, I wasn't very loving and caring of you. It's just being a bit defensive.
That's when Euphoria reassures her, alive.
Oh, one word answer.
I would recommend you leave, please. This will require some work. Please take some of the tulips, thistle strips, flowers if you like. It's going to require some work.
Sorry to be a pain, but do you have any roses?
Yeah, there are plenty of roses around. The roses, the flowers delivered by this tulips thistle strip are everywhere in town.
Okay, right. I didn't know if it was just tulips or anything.
His name is Two Lips.
Oh, Two Lips. Okay, that makes more sense.
It's a play on words.
All right, yeah.
And my roll 20 is frozen, so that's good fun. And so you guys are hurried out of the polished plate.
I apologize profusely as we leave.
Grog will run out with carrying the club, just attaching it to his belt, and then just kind of licking his fingers if there's any bit of blood on there.
That's stealing, you know.
Samson will hobble like an old man does out of the exit.
Merc's going to lean off another ale and then walk towards the exit.
You're going to glean off another ale. Okay. Roll me a d10, please. My roll 20 reloads.
Hey, my lucky number.
So that was an 8.
Mm-hmm.
So, Merc, as you drink your ale, you turn around, and the first person you spot is Samson. And you feel like you want to earn his favour.
I have made a mistake.
Merc, come on, we're leaving. It seems we're not wanted here anymore.
Oh no, we could go for one more drink. One more. I'm paying.
I don't think Samson would let you do that, I'll be honest. And I show him my bruised knuckles where he's hit me like 25 times every time I try to bang.
You guys are shuffled out of the polished plates, but as you leave, the barmaid does say, if you did actually come here for some love and affection, do buy some lovely flowers from tulips, or go and spend some time together across the street. It's a good day. And she shuts the doors.
Merc's going to get to the flower store and just buy the first bunch of roses he sees to present to Samson.
Yeah, you head to the flower store, and there's a brightly smiling gnome there. Oh, pleasure doing business with you. He hands you a
Merc's
large
just going to
bouquet
point to the...
of flowers. My uncle will be very happy with your purchase.
Ah, don't you take that lady's money. A lady never buys her own flowers. And,
Sorry. Was that to Merc?
Yeah, I literally try and barge in. If she's paying, then I'm like, Samson's there.
And so you are left in the streets with various houses scattered around you and the glossy bedpost, the only other establishment that seems welcoming.
I'm going to buy like one particularly like big red rose and put it in my lapel pocket as a sort of like indicator I am single and ready to mingle. It's almost a public display that I have a rose and I want to give it to someone, sort of thing.
You need a wingman is what you need, and let me tell you, good old Samsung knows a few one-liners.
I with the deepest respect, I would prefer not to take dating advice off of an elderly person. It seems customs are different as to how they were when you probably first met your mate.
Does the flower shop have any cornflowers?
Cornflowers?
Yes.
I thought that was a cookie.
Roll me a perception check.
Grug, what's the
Perception, yeah.
Grug, while and I think it's Slate and that are talking, we'll turn around. They'll turn around to Slate and be like, if you want a lady, you just grab them and drag them with you back to your hole.
I restrain myself from punching him in the face. First, you
Did you
murder
just
a man,
say a hole?
steal his money, and then you advocate the kidnapping of a frail young woman. Good sir, I should kill you on the spot if it weren't for the laws of this land.
That's what all goblins are taught. You take what you want.
Then you need to go back to a school in a more refined establishment. Where did you go to school?
My school was destroyed, along with my whole clan.
Well, I do admit this is sad. It may have been for the better, and I do not mean to offend. It seems you were taught quite a, let's say, a negative custom. Let me show you a positive. Let me show you how it may be done. And I turn to like an Edge or Euphoria. So, young lady, and I pull out my rose. How would you like to go for a dance with me? And I like bow deeply, holding my rose out.
Samson lets out an almighty
Grug will imitate him
What's
But
what's
with a
wrong?
bit of
This is
meat.
a perfectly acceptable way to flirt with a woman. What do you mean?
As he makes this gesture, Euphoria will hold out her hand and rub her thumb against her middle finger and index.
I
I'm
think if
afraid
you
I
did that to a woman like her, she would probably eat you.
I turn slightly, so I'm pointing to an edge, and then I just repeat the gesture again.
Grug will take the piss and walk up to Nick's character and just pull out a lump of meat and go and then bow forward and then just roll on the floor laughing.
Okay, so because I'm an Earth Genasi, I can't blush because my skin is made of stone. But you imagine that my face has gone like bright red with anger.
Come on, guys. I think that's enough. There's no need to be so mean all the time. We're all
Like,
friends.
my fists are balled up and there's like cracks appearing. And there's like, good sirs, I would appreciate it if you would restrain yourselves. I am merely trying to find a fair maiden. Like,
And then
really
she's gonna
hard.
tap him on the shoulder and say, "I think you'll need to go get some fresh air over there."
I'm
You are
like,
you are
you can
stood out
see
in the
me like
middle of
mouthing
the
1, 2, 3.
square.
Yeah, but I'm gonna point over and just say, "You need to go air over that side, not here. Just over there."
I just like very sternly walk away, like hands at my sides.
Now, Slate, let me tell you one line that's always worked for me. Excuse me, miss. Do you have a little halfling in you? No? Would you
Please
like
do
one?
not finish the statement. Please do not finish that statement.
Oh, dear.
I assure you, I've heard plenty of, rock hard, and I sort of gesture to myself, jokes. I would appreciate it if nothing of that caliber was used in my presence.
You're no fun. I have others, you know.
Okay,
You guys spend the next 20 minutes arguing in the middle of the square. People ignoring you in their lobby haze before eventually the argument boils over and leaving a few tensions. What are you guys doing now?
Next, look at Samsung and hand him a flower because he's seen how he's been fighting the whole day and he's obviously by and ready to die. And he's just hand the flower and just slightly bow and just go, "No halfling in me, flower," and just like slowly back away from that.
You're okay, dear. You're far too young for me.
Still be slowly just from this creepy man.
See, Merc knows how to do it, and I like clap him on the back. Good job. We shall be each other's wing men, as they say.
But you don't have any wings.
That is why Merc is for. He shall
I
be
don't
my wing.
understand. Neither of you have any wings, so how can you
Honestly,
be wingmen?
neither do I. Samson said it. I don't know what it means.
I'm very
Grug will just
confused.
Grug will just walk towards the next place that allow him to go into with the piece of meat just still in his hand, just swinging it away.
Yeah, so you walk up to the doors of the glossy bedpost, heavy oak doors that you push open, and it reveals a plainly
I might follow just to make
decorated
sure it isn't
interior that matches the very plain exterior. A simple desk sits across from the door, manned by an old, gloomy-looking dwarf. Not looking up from his shuffling stack of receipts around him, he greets you emotionlessly. "Welcome to the Glossy Bedpost, finest inn in Lanador. The hours do you?"
Grug will just slam the club onto the table or onto the thing and go, "What can I get here then?"
Most rooms are occupied at the moment, but rooms 7 and 9 should be opening up within the hour. Should be taking more than a few minutes to get the rooms tidied up, fresh linens.
And I'll just walk back out and tell the guys there's 2 rooms available here for if you wish to rest.
It would be like a fun little slumber party.
I want to fight again
Well, you can have a pillow fight. They're always fun.
with rocks.
No, not with rocks, with fairy pillows. They don't hurt when they hit you in the face.
I'll look
Well,
at
I object.
I'll look at Slate and be like, I stick rocks in.
I would object on both grounds. I feel as though the ladies and the gentlemen should be in 2 separate rooms to avoid you seem like just struggling to get the word.
Are you okay? Do you need some water? Are
so
you
we can
choking?
sleep peacefully.
I'm fine.
I'm not sharing a room with him.
I shall sleep on the floor outside if need be. I have plenty of money. I'm sure I can find somewhere to go.
The last time I saw someone so stiff and stuck up, it was me when my hemorrhoids were playing up.
Oh, that's so gross. We don't need to know about that.
I would agree. That is a pardon my language, but that is a vile topic.
It's at this point, from behind his desk, as you've been talking in the doorway of the dwarf pipes up again. Are you gonna buy any rooms? Are you gonna talk? Yada 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 all the time. You're letting in a draft.
And then she's gonna just walk straight up to him with a hand out as if to shake it and say, "Hello, sir. How are you today?" Oh,
He looks at you. Yeah, all right.
While she's doing
I
that,
am
Euphoria.
Graydon Turnbull. I own the establishment. If you're looking for rooms for the night, it's a piece per person, with hourly rates for any interest you might have at 2 copper pieces per hour. As long as you don't stuff all that stuff about the damn tulips, this all what sits in my face, yeah, we'll be all right.
I tuck the rose in my pocket away so he doesn't see it.
Samson waddles as an old man does. And now you wouldn't see an old man sleeping out in the street tonight, now would you? Huh? And I want to try and force his hand on Price.
While they're haggling, Euphoria is going to turn to Slate and suggest, Slate guard girl. Since there seem to be some disagreements between him and Samson about the room.
Oh, sorry, can you say that one again? You cut out halfway through.
Euphoria is going to turn to Slate and suggest, Slate guards girls. Since there seemed to be some disagreement between him and Samson about the rooming.
Slate is very torn. On one hand, 2 separate rooms. On the other, he does not trust Grog or Samson, or Grog or Samson. If they were let anywhere near, so, I will take you up on that offer, I suppose. But I warn you, I do go to bed with the sun, and I do have sleeping mask and ear muffs, so you won't hear a peep from me, I promise.
Euphoria just gives this big grin and wraps her arms around one of his happily.
It's at this point that Graven, the dwarf, looks at you all with a very quizzical look, ignoring the attempt at persuasion from Samson. You're a real odd bunch. Not here to do the nasty like everybody else. Yeah. town's been all funny. The only person benefiting from it me by all these people's lovey-dovey nonsense and the pug-nosed tulips.
You say it like it hasn't always been this way. Has there been a uptick in the, as you say, lovey-doveyness in recent years?
You have no idea. People
Correct. I have no
quite-
idea.
People were hard-working agriculturists, lots of farms, as you've seen. But nowadays, most people are too busy loving it up, getting with each other, and acting as their hearts will. Not me. I've got a business to run. The only other person who seems to benefit from this is Tulips, selling all these flowers. You've seen the posters that go along with them. His face is all over the darn place.
Grog will spit and be like, "Love makes you weak."
That is a very close-minded mindset.
At least it's made me a lot of coin. The humorous attitude in town has been beneficial. If you're looking for a proper stay, I won't say no. Of course, you need the rooms clear first. Talk
How long ago
payment.
did this Tulips person arrive in town, or his goods at the very least?
His family's been working years, but the business hasn't been too great for him until this whole lovey-dovey attitude started. But if you want me to talk any more about it, you might need to give me some help. See, he checks his notes. Room 3 should have been emptied 23 minutes ago. And, no such persons has come out of the room. I need you to go and persuade them. Get
Of
out.
course. I leave the deposit for the room. Was it 7 and 9?
So it's a silver piece per.
Okay.
person,
Okay.
so
I pay
silver.
6 silver. And then I ask someone to go first.
Euphoria will take the lead on this.
Euphoria, you head down the hallway, people follow, and you find a standard wooden door, brass number 3, nailed on its face. From inside, you hear two voices making very content noises.
Grog will bang on the doors and start laughing and make kissy noises.
What is it?
He'll just walk away.
If you don't mind, the room was meant to be empty 23 minutes ago. I care not to barge in and see unmentionables, but it is of utmost importance that you vacate the room as soon as possible.
I also think your mother's looking for you.
The
Clamp my
voice
hand
returns.
over that mouth.
The voice returns back saying, "We paid for 2 hours. We still have some time left."
Excuse me, but this is our room now. Can you please hurry it up?
You can kick in the door. Make me a strength check.
Euphoria just heaves a huge sigh as her whole plan was immediately ruined.
Yeah. You take a little run up against it and crack your boot against the door, and it rattles but doesn't give. At this point, Graven notices, "Could you not kick down my doors? Look, here's a receipt for room number 3. It says 1 hour. They are 24 minutes over their allotted time."
Grog will look at your character, Macalif. Euphoria. So he will look at Euphoria.
Euphoria just whips out a set of thieves' tools, kneels down, and begins working on the lock.
Yep, make me a dex check, please.
Looks like it's going to take her a little while.
No, you try the lock and your picks can't quite get the right angle, and eventually you give up in a small huff.
As she's trying, can I say, we are going to come in and we are going to either take some extra payment from you or ask you to vacate the premises. Please, by the time we get in there, please have clothes on. Please.
Yeah, I don't want to see what you've got.
I agree entirely.
Slate, make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh.
You drank, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Yeah, with that you hear a slight scuffle as inside it sounds of people putting on clothes hurriedly before the door clicks open and you see inside two robed figures, clerics of, as you see there, their symbols hanging out a little untidily, one of a lawful, well-worshipped god and the other of a chaotic evil god. They avoid your gaze and quickly vacate the inn.
Can Grung Clay play a quickie whip out his flute as they're walking away and starts making noises, playing it away on it?
As he starts making a little tune mocking their forbidden romance as they leave.
Like a Benny Hill tune.
Yeah.
What was the? Does it say like what god that they follow, or is it just a generic, very evil person and a very good person?
The notes simply say a lawful good and chaotic.
Okay, so two like basically like God and Satan, like two very diametrically opposed. Okay, yeah.
You know what they say, Slate. Opposites attract.
I've never heard that one before, but I'll take that one on your word.
Bahamut and Tiamat.
Okay, yeah, Bahamut and Tiamat. Okay.
Let's say that.
That's
With
worrying.
that, Graven hops off his chair and plods over to you. I'll sort out the linen, the bedding, can use the 3 rooms, and rest for the night. Then anything you need in the morning, man. You got any other questions? Or are you just gonna stand there like a bunch of idiots?
Mostly, I'm wondering where this flower person, Tulips, he must have quite a nice house, I'd imagine. Whereabouts?
Yeah, the thistle strips live north of the village. You know, that's sort of the real fancy field.
So outside of the city limits.
Not too far. A few hundred meters up northwards.
Does Slate notice that this alcohol is obviously having an extra effect?
You felt
other than
very relaxed and confident since you drank it.
Okay. But would he notice that's something other than just like the alcohol? Would he know that like there's an extra effect on it?
Make me an intelligence check, please.
Oh wait, actually no, not that bad for intelligence.
No, you just feel that it was a good brew that gave you a swell bit of courage.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm happy to retire to my room for the evening. Oh, actually, wait, I'm guarding Inej and Foria.
You guys have a long rest. Graven tidies up some very dirty sheets, and you rest for the night. Come the morning, he gets some food cooked for you. Yep.
As a quick note, at some point in the night, Euphoria would try to sneak into bed with Slate.
Make me a stealth check, please.
Just basically just to see how he reacts in the morning.
Make me a stealth check with advantage, because that Slate was actually wearing earmuffs and everything.
I go to sleep wearing my you know, Scrooge, like his nightcap and gown.
Wow.
I wear one of them.
Okay. Slate, roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay, right.
Oh,
Got lucky there, Jesus.
You get out of bed, Euphoria, sneaking over with a sly grin on your face. Your foot catches on a floorboard and it creaks loudly. But Slate doesn't stir as you slide in next to him under the sheets.
Very loud snoring, by the way.
She's had to deal with worse.
And so, come the morning, you all rest well. Slate, you rise early as you do to find Euphoria lying next to you, an arm draped over your chest, and her body pressed very close against you.
So Slate wakes up to this, and for about 10 minutes keeps like closing his eyes and opening them, just hoping that it's a dream. Upon realizing that it's not, he just like sort of very gingerly lifts her hands up or her arm up and tries like almost peeling her off him, and then casts Pass Without a Trace on himself and just tries to hide and run. Like run to the toilet, run to the communal bathroom, and just like scrubbing himself clean.
Make me a perception check first, Euphoria. Yeah, you feel a stony grip lift your arm up as you begin to stir and wake.
She'll grin slightly, but otherwise just pretend to still be asleep and let him leave.
And so
you probably hear me on the way out just going, oh, what would mother say? And just like rushing out of the room as fast as possible. I knew it was a bad idea.
And so you all have a nice breakfast. A little awkward pause between Slate and Euphoria as you get ready. And Graben comes to you.
I'd like to do an inside check.
I was just about to say.
If I get a notice that something was clearly had happened overnight.
Don't make me an inside check. Make me perception.
Just for the record, I'm not hiding it at all. I'm just staring straight down at my food, like eyes wide. Like looks like I haven't slept a wink. Just.
And you notice the very.
Euphoria just keeps like throwing grins in his direction.
I do not look up from my plate once.
It doesn't take you guys much to notice the very amused smirk on Euphoria's face as she throws funny looks at Slate, who is eyes locked, almost in battle with his plate.
Okay, what did you two do?
Grung will just put his finger through into his, make a hole with his one hand and then put a finger into the other and just start giggling.
I put one hand in front of my mouth and lean towards Inez, like sort of like semi-whispering, like, I have no idea, but I'm terrified. This is probably the first time you've seen him like completely lost composure. Like his hair is, his rocky hair is like all out of whack. Like his bow tie isn't done up properly and one button's missing. Like, I have no idea what I did. What happened?
So Samsung is clearly, even with his wisdom and his age, is being quite immature, and all you can hear is the humming of the Slate and Eureka kissing in a tree.
As the others begin speculating, Euphoria just kind of in a overly nonchalant manner begins fiddling with a ring on one of her fingers.
No, you didn't. What? I'm so confused. What is going on?
I look at the ring that I have on my finger. I'm like, oh God, we've got more in common than I realized. I take it off and put it in my breast pocket. Oh God.
As a note, it is a signet
ring. He's vomits on his plate.
I think you need to go to the bathroom.
He just runs.
You need to compose yourself, young man.
As Slate excuses himself, Graven comes up. So y'all had a good breakfast?
Oh,
Maybe
just
didn't agree with one of
wonderful.
you, but
Euphoric.
yeah.
You just hear vomiting in the background.
If you're
Grung will be like,
looking-
he did.
if you're looking for tulips, he followed the River Tron north. Can't really miss his farmhouse. Bright, it's horrible to look at, and do try and avoid stressing him out too much. He's a bit of a jumpy man from reputation, but yeah, you'll be fine.
Grung will turn around and say, "Oh, we did you hear about the man I killed? He was squishy."
To be honest, I don't
so
really
gross.
care. If you want to flex and show your prowess at killing, that's not really a bother for me.
He'll be a bit upset now, be a bit downhearted.
He basically just weird flexed you. But
Yeah.
and as Slate eventually returns, wiping his mouth
There's
free of
gravel
water from washing it, having tidied himself up a little bit better, you step out of the glossy bedpost as people start to rush in, money already in hand.
I doubt it'll come up, but I did send you a quick message on Discord.
I'm going to, like, if we're making our way anywhere, I'm going to take Euphoria to the side and, well, very slowly ask what actually happened.
Also, whilst just before that, can Grung actually do see as the people push past, see if he can actually take money off, pick money off of them?
Sleight of hand check. Yeah, you managed to pinch a fair few copper pieces and even a full 5 silver pieces between a few people. A large body of men and women, all in a various array of pairs, push in.
As I come out from between their legs, I'll kind of just giggle away to myself.
Yep. Okay.
As Slate asks me about that, Euphoria will just have a blush that makes her red skin slightly darker as she says, "You'd make a woman talk about that kind."
Slate's teeth begin chattering, and he says, "Well, with the deepest respect, I understand how women like to discuss within their circles. So if you could please tell Inej, and then I can talk to Inej." She's walk away and then vomit again.
You watch as Slate runs off.
Actually, can I do an insight check to see if she's fucking with me?
Yes. Yeah.
I
don't know why I didn't think of that.
With disadvantage, you are flustered and
I assume deception from my end.
yeah, deception. Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, straight up.
I have
Yeah,
expertise in that.
you can't get a read on her. She is very, very good at what she does. And so Slate once again pukes out in open daylight before giving him another 5 minutes to run back inside and tidy himself up. You travel north towards Tulip's farmhouse.
All the way there, Merc's just gonna play "It Must Be Love, Love, Love" on behind it, just like all the way there.
I've put my sleeping earmuffs back on.
Just plays louder.
The sun burns brightly above you as you travel up the River Tron, trudging up an uneven trail north. Now, as you round a bend in the river, you are momentarily dazzled by dozens of rainbow-coloured blocks of land and almost choke on a sickly sweet smell in the air. A wide field of flowers surrounds a quaint farmstead in the distance.
Inej
Outside,
is gonna pick so many fucking flowers.
outside, a crew of small figures loads a cart with colourful bundles of flowers.
Approach the cart.
You approach and you notice these are all gnomes, happily picking flowers, putting them into the bundles, and then loading them up onto this cart. And one of them glances, sees you. What can I get you today? What can I get you today? Tulips, we've got roses, we've got all sorts. Bluebells, perhaps. They're nice in this season. Maybe a sunflower, sun's out, it's a good day.
Can Grug buy any kind of flower? Just the first one there,
Yeah.
and he will turn around to Slate and go bow, and then hand it to him, and then just start laughing.
You hand over a few copper pieces and pluck a nice bluebell and just sort of kneel down and jokingly present it to Slate.
I ask the gnomish gentleman if he has any flowers that are meant to signify a midlife, or not midlife crisis, an existential crisis.
Oh well, we don't particularly have anything like that. It's more for the warmer emotion.
Yes, I somehow I saw that one coming.
While these two are talking, Inej has made flower crowns for everyone and is just placing them onto everyone's head.
With all the workers busy and distracted, Inej just slips into the flower fields and starts picking a few and just weaving them. And so, can I help you with anything else? People don't usually come out this far to buy flowers.
Oh, you go first.
So Grug will be like tulips. That's all he's to say.
Oh. Yes, yeah. He is in the farmhouse. You can just saunter in there. Just remember to knock, and everything should be okay.
I immediately leave and go towards the farmhouse. Although I do thank Inej for her generous act of kindness in this time of strife.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Thank you. I
Slate,
walk off the
Slate
farmhouse.
fast walks off.
Oh yeah, definitely. Head down,
Fast
straight
walks
ahead.
into the farmhouse, gives a polite knock, and enters. It's a fairly old gnome. Difficult to tell his exact age, given how old gnomes can get. Is hurriedly directing a bunch of gnome workers around his farm, and then as he turns towards you, Slate, he blanches. You, what are you doing here? Who are you?
My name is Slate of the House of Highcliffe. I've come to I'll be honest. I was running away from those lot, and I like point out the door to the group behind me.
As he points out the door, he finds that Euphoria has followed him.
Oh Jesus! And this one, yep. We're not together. We're not together. We're. You can talk.
Oh.
Just take a step back.
It's really lovely to see you couples blossoming, just like my flowers. Can I help you with anything?
All you see is this very small, big grinned wicker hat with a flower crown sort of plopped on the top. Kind of just looks and says, how long has your business been in production?
Oh, well, near on 100 years. We're a proud family. Recently, we've had a very large surge, and we're very thankful for it. I've got a lot of grandkids and grandnephews and grandnieces. It's a busy time.
Yeah, I had to get away from that myself. Yeah, the farms nearby. Any reason why they've gone out of work?
People have just been a bit preoccupied. I have no real knowledge of it.
Oh, we've noticed that they've been preoccupied, sir.
I've vomit in my mouth again.
He starts getting a little flustered between all the people now barging into his farmhouse.
Would you like a flower crown too, sir? I can make you one if you like.
When you say that, Grug will grab his one and just quickly throw it at the man.
No, I made that one for you. Give it back. I'll make you one for yourself. Give it back. You have to wear it. I made it because we are friends, and friendship, please don't give away my friendship.
He's just like, really, what can I help you with? I'm quite busy.
I personally was wondering, whenabouts did your success did you find a new type of flower? Was there a particularly healthy season of crop and everything sort of just bloomed from there, or bloomed?
Or did you put a spell on the entire town?
Just quick on DM. My background is Outlander. I've got a wanderer thing, so I'd know the general layout of land, settlements, and stuff. Would I know that these are native flowers, possibly, or is that not something that would go into that?
They're not particularly native, but with 100 years, it would not take much magic and care to bloom such a large number of flowers, especially if it's a family trade.
All right, no.
I want somebody to make me an intimidation check, please.
I am meant to be proficient in that, so I can do. Yeah, if everyone's alright with that.
Can I assist?
Yeah, give him advantage.
I think Euphoria is a little too distracted to help out with this at the moment.
Jesus, terrible.
Yeah.
That's 15.
Yeah, 15. And with this, he sort of starts breathing heavy, and he's like, look. Yes, I may have had involvement with the insinuations you're making, but I've been trying to play it straight since, and I've got a family to work well by. We had some rather poor success in the last few decades, and sales were going down. Couldn't fund such a large family, but I came up with a plan. You see, there's this lovely woman out in the forest beyond, who called Hermia. She came to an agreement with me for a love potion being made, and through that we could increase the number of sales.
Don't you think that that's a little bit messed up?
It was spur of the moment. I was looking out for my family.
Yes, but you wasn't looking out for the entire town, just your family.
Grug will be like, leave him alone. The strongest are meant to rule.
Shut up, little goblin man. I'm sorry, that was rude. I'm sorry.
I will point you in the direction of Hermia, and you can take it up with her. Does that sound?
Oh, we'll take it up with her, all right.
Yeah, so if you head further north, there's a valley that leads through the mountains, and you'll come, just keep following the river, basically. You get through the valley, and you should come on a cave. That's where she stays.
She lives in a cave?
Yeah, well, she is a spirit of nature.
Oh, fair enough.
Grug thinks witch.
I think you're a witch. Ooh. Ooh.
Grug will just go grumble and just start walking out the building.
I told you all I know. Would you please leave? At this point, he's almost begging with his hands pressed together.
And Grug's outside. He had to get away from Inej.
Are you all
I'm making
leaving?
him another flower crown.
Are you all leaving, or are you pressing him more?
It's up to you
Would,
guys.
would this constitute an unlawful / unjust act? Using a love potion / love magic on like an entire populace.
Oh yeah. It would
Okay.
be gross misuse of magic.
Okay.
in order to
How many
benefit
guys?
themselves from that person. Is that?
How many guys are in like the farmhouse? At this very
Grog
moment?
has left. Inej, you've left. I'm assuming Euphoria has followed Slate.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, like the actual like the
Oh, the gnomes.
Tulips himself and like his workers. How many of them are there roughly?
There are a lot of gnomes
They're like swarming everywhere.
everywhere.
God.
100 years is not hard for some
Think rabbits.
very fertile.
Yeah. That's. I'm literally just picturing a field of rabbits.
It's a very established family, the Thistle Street.
And gnomes live a long time too, so they don't exactly pass away that quick.
Yeah.
Okay, I wish to arrest this man. However, I'm not stupid, and I will not do it in front of like hundreds of people who will defend him with their lives.
Then
So-
you will not be able to arrest him.
Yes. Or citizen's arrest, we'll call it that. I'm very upset, and I understand that he's a criminal. However, I'll come back and finish this later. I'm lawful neutral, not lawful good.
So you all finally step out of this farmhouse. He breathes a sigh of relief, and you head off, following the river further north. And as you travel for several hours, you find a dense forest on the edge of the small mountain range, marking the end of the valley. The canopy of the forest is thick, allows little light, but you follow the meandering river upwards, and you gain pace as you manage to find your way to the end of this thick forest. And as you reach the base of the mountain, you can see the mouth of a large cavern and hear the roars of the wind from within. Everyone make me intelligence investigation checks, please.
Oh dear. A one.
Right. So
Don't know, I'm a goblin.
Samson and Merc, you both notice tracks showing large footprints which have dragged something, and you follow it to find a corpse of a horse in the bushes, partly eaten, blood everywhere. And you two make me further investigation checks, please.
No.
You can't seem to make head or tails of this, but Samson, you see deep parallel claw marks against the horse's flank, as well as a single owl feather caught in a nearby bush.
I take the owl feather.
And with that, I'm going to move you this my custom map. You should all be able to see into the cave and not be able to see sort of beyond.
With the lacerations, would I have any idea of what may cause those kinds of wounds?
You've not got an idea. A bear, maybe? The way the claws are? But the owl feather is confusing.
Is this where the directions sent us to, or is this like a stop on the way?
This is where the directions are. This is the cave.
And is it just a plain black map at the moment then, yeah?
You should all be able to see.
I shall attempt diplomacy if I get the chance.
Most of you should be able to see.
I can't see anything.
Shift and click should send.
Hold up. Might not have set yet. There we go.
Yeah.
I missed one of you on the site. Yep. There you go. So you guys have free control to step in. You guys are moving your things, not me.
Well, first of all, I'd like to do that, but stealth if I can.
Yeah, roll stealth.
So,
Before we enter the cave, at some point on the way here, Euphoria would want to have done, if that's all right.
You did what? You cut out there.
On the way here, I wanted to know if I could have it be that I did something on the way here.
Yeah. Okay. What were you gonna do?
At some point, Euphoria would have stepped briefly away from Slate for the first time in a while and kind of pulled an edge to the.
Yeah. Inej?
Hello.
Euphoria has pulled you aside as you through the forest to speak.
Hello, best friend. What are we talking about today?
Have you ever considered being a bride?
Why are you getting married?
Euphoria just grins and says, I hope I can count on my best friends someday.
I would love to be a bridesmaid.
And she'll just give a grin and head back towards Slate, just sowing a seed.
And now back to where we are. Yeah. You make a stealth check. You move forward.
May I make one as well, please?
Yep. All of you can make stealth checks if you're sneaking forward. Here we lost.
Slate, are you just walking forward?
Euphoria.
Apparently, I've been too focused on other things.
Yeah, Euphoria, you are too focused watching Slate walk forwards to notice as you bump into the bush next to you and it rattles quite loudly, all the leaves rustling.
I better roll for stealth. 21 stealth as well.
Yeah, Grug is silent in his small form and creeps forward expertly.
Before Merc makes the stealth over, can you just... Are the flowers by here?
That is blood.
That's blood! Yeah, no, let's stealth forward. Never mind.
Nice.
Yeah,
Runs away from the blood.
yeah, Merc as well. Inej is a bit busy, sort of preoccupied with the conversation she had with Euphoria, and sort of imagining herself as a bridesmaid, and bumps into Euphoria. And Samson, your back acts up a little bit as you walk forward, and you
Yeah.
and that sound carries a little bit into the cave.
Oh, there goes me coccyx again.
So you guys can move forward. I'm not moving your things for you. That's meant to be a wall there.
Yeah, that's fine. see Grug is just creeping forward. He's got his pickaxe out ready, but he's just edging round.
Mm-hmm.
Inez is just like jumping around in kind of excitement and sort of leans down to whisper to Samson.
Euphoria.
Did you know that I was going to be a bridesmaid? Did you know they were getting married? I didn't.
What? What are you talking about?
They're getting married.
Who's getting married, you silly cow?
Shut up. Stop talking loud. I just had to tell someone.
And nothing's happened yet, although you can hear a soft snoring coming from within the cave, just faintly over the water.
I think we need to talk about this, but not here.
God damn it, it's so exciting.
Friends, I might not be the smartest individual, but I believe we might be sent into a trap.
It's highly likely.
Grug, you now can see a cauldron sat atop two slats of wood with a funnel pointing out of it where a small fuchsia drop is dripping in the river.
He will kind of look back at Inez and be like, Grog, right, witch.
Samson and Slate, can you two make me dex save, please?
Oh, shit.
Traps. Fuck. Dex save, yeah?
Dex save, yes.
I use one of my lucks if I'll use my luck if I can. Just re-roll
yeah.
that.
I just realized that if Slate's Discord was acting up, he might have totally missed the conversation I had with Inej.
I heard that, and that's when it cut out.
So as you two walk around the edge of this riverbank, the ground, eroded by the fast-flowing water, gives way, and Slate manages to quickly dive to the side and hit solid ground. Samson, the ground gives up from underneath you before you manage to just claw your way from falling into the river.
I think I might have been right about the whole trap thing. Shall we try diplomacy or shall I try punching things?
Do I need to make a perception check to tell what that red I'm seeing is?
That is blood. And you can hear that snoring getting louder, even over the heavy water.
When I notice the blood, can I attempt to be even sneakier and try my stuff?
Yeah, go ahead, make another.
Can I use my day's use of Pass Without Trace and cast it on all of us?
You
so that we get
used
bonuses.
it this one.
Oh shit! Yeah, of course I did.
You
Yeah,
used it to run
I
away.
used it for a joke. Damn it!
That's slightly better.
Okay. You can move forward. I'm not saying
If
anything.
if people are starting to stealth, Samson would likely do the same thing.
As Grug moves forward and you move around the corner, you see coiled in front of a pool of blood and a skull is what seems to be a bear, but its face is feathered and shaped almost like an owl's, a beak front, and its eyes are slightly lidded open, watching you but not moving.
Being
Inej, can you make a save, please?
would Grug know what this is?
You have never seen a creature like this before.
What
Right.
am I rolling?
Deck save.
Dex save, please.
Oh shit.
Based on the fact that it's a bear, would I know like if it's full grown or it's at least the
It
size and shape of a bear?
looks fully grown.
It looks fully grown. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
In edge.
So we don't have to
As
worry about like a
you
baby.
teeter around the edge of the riverbank. The ground gives out and you slip into the water
Ooh.
and are washed back down. I need you to make another dex save, please.
Well, fuck.
Can I try and catch her to give her advantage?
No, she's already slipped in.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Is nobody going to help me?
You can run back and try and fish her out.
Oh yeah, I'll run back and yeah, that's what I meant. Like I'd run
Make
back.
me a strength check after her dex.
Okay.
Grog's still stealthed as well at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
owl bear has noticed you.
That's fair enough. No, I didn't know if we were.
Slate, you struggle to lift Inej out of the water as she drifts further downriver.
No.
I'm gonna keep trying. My the honor of my family depends upon it.
Since I have cunning action, can I use that to basically dash over there?
Yeah, you can all run over and help.
Yeah, that cool.
So, with
Can
the
I
three
use-
of you, you manage to catch
Okay.
Inej and hoist her up out of the water. Inej, roll me a d10. Please.
Hmm.
Okay. You are pulled out of the water, coughing and spluttering, as your eyes meet Euphoria's. You
Oh no.
instantly
Shit.
feel entirely captivated by this red-skinned tiefling. Her body is beautiful, her hair is glorious, and you feel that anything she tells you to do, you will do in order to earn her favor. Roll
Okay.
me. No, I'll do that. Okay.
Euphoria is
So-
just going to look at Inej and ask, "All right."
So you've now noticed Inej has got that.
I didn't
strange-
catch what you said there. Just the end of it.
Just gonna ask, "All right."
I'm more than alright. I think I'm in love with you. Why are you marrying him? Why you marry him? Marry me.
You notice
You're
Inej-
married? What?
you-
We're
you-
not getting married.
Euphoria, you notice Inej's eyes are glazed over, just like Alexander's, the merchant.
Interesting. She's going to turn to look at a Slate and say, "Potion."
Oh, thank fuck. Oh my. I apologize for my profanity. That is excellent news. Please tell me whatever I did. It was not of my own right mind. Well,
While
I knew he
this
was a shit.
while this is happening, Grug, what are you doing under the watch of this strange owl-faced bear?
Grog is just sitting, kind of crouched down, like squatting, with pickaxe in his hand. Oh, war pick, sorry, in his hand, and he's just staring the owlbear down. He's not moving as of yet. That when one other person comes round the corner and can see the owlbear, he will charge forward and let out a screech.
So you guys now make your way back the way you came, avoiding the edges of Inej, intently focused on Euphoria rather going. And move you. As Slate comes around the corner and spots this hulked form watching you, you charge the owlbear. And I would like you all to roll initiative. Let me just do the list.
How do I do well on initiative and never well on anything else?
Right, initiative for an owlbear. Oh, wow. Another natural one.
Yeah.
Is that a modified 0?
Everyone in Samson. Yep. So, top of the order, Merc, you watch Grug charges in at this owlbear.
Okay, sorry.
Mm-mm.
I cannot see it yet. How far around can I get?
That's a wall, so you could squeeze
It's
past.
like,
You could squeeze past.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just see
okay.
Grug disappear.
You just see Grug raise his war pick and just go,
I'm gonna see if I can squeeze around the corner.
Yeah, it's not hard to squeeze past a small form of Samson. So you
Can I
move
go?
round
Ooh. Okay.
and you see this low form of a bear-like creature, but its face is an owl as it started to stand up to face Grug, who is now charged in.
Can I get any further closer to it, or have I used up all my movement?
You haven't. You've got 30 feet of movement, right? So
Yeah.
5. So you've got another 10 feet of movement, so you could move into range.
Yeah, I'm gonna move down to there,
Already?
and I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. That is a dex save, right?
Believe. Hang on, it is a Constitution save.
Con save, okay. 18.
Oh, definitely big.
So it takes half damage. Or does it
Fail
avoid?
save 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed. Oh wait, sorry. On the successful, creature takes half as much damage, isn't pushed away.
So it takes 3 points of damage and is not put.
Yes.
Alright.
Definitely, I believe that Grog has to do exactly the same.
If you're casting it like so, like that. you
Oh,
don't
that's
have
fine
to.
then. Wonderful.
You can angle it.
Yeah,
Thunderwave's a funny little spell. Yeah, so Grug's fine. Grug. Charging in.
Yep. So he's going to charge him. And he is just going to rage and
Rage.
then reckless attack
Mm-hmm. Yep.
with his war pick.
No.
Shit.
You swing in and the bear gets up and just swats it.
I'll just stand there. Then that's it.
Euphoria.
Alrighty. First of all, Euphoria is going to turn to Inej and just say, "Watch my back." And first is going to move forward to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, so you move up and can now see Merc and Grug in combat with a strange owl bear creature.
Euphoria's going to act on a hunch here.
Uh-huh.
She's got a lantern, a hooded lantern, but it does not have any oil in it because she has dark vision. Could I use it as a makeshift cup? Just to hold a liquid?
Yes, you could.
Alright, I'm going to bonus action dash then with my cunning action.
Yeah.
And I'd like to scoop up some of the contents of this cauldron.
Yeah, make me a sleight of hand check, please.
I am rolling so terribly today.
As you dip your hand with the lantern down, you dip your hand a little too far and expose your hand to the love potion. I would like you to roll me a d10, please.
If you get me, I'm gonna be so angry.
So you pull out your hand, satisfied as you shut a lantern full of love potion, and turn around and your eyes catch on to Inej. And you feel like you wish to share that same affection to her that she does to you.
Oh, this is too perfect.
So yeah, you are under the exact same effects as Inej is. Samson.
I actually did have a bit more movement.
Yeah. What do you?
Just gonna get closer to this thing, but not quite in melee yet.
Yep.
Hearing everything, Samsung just run straight in, staff at the ready, and give a whack whack.
Whack, yeah. Yeah, hits. Roll damage. 6 points.
And
Nice.
unarmed strikes. Give it a good old punch to go along. I'm guessing misses.
Yeah, that misses.
That's my turn, I guess.
Alright. Inej, I want you to make me a wisdom save, please. No, you are compelled to do as Euphoria asked and watch her back.
I'm going to take that as literally. I'm just going to come over here and just stare at her back.
Yes.
I like that. That's good.
Slate.
He's got back.
Slate.
There is a lot to see. Her leather armor's cut, so it doesn't cover much back there.
Slate, it's your turn.
Right. Slate's very confused. He's just going to run in and punch this thing twice in the face if he possibly can.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. Punch it in the face.
Yeah, that hits.
How much damage? Punch it in the face again.
Bloody hell.
How much damage?
Nice.
Is it dead?
No.
Then I would like to spend a grit point and punch it in the face again. He is taking out his frustration on the face of this owlbear.
Miss.
Ah.
So you do a good 1-2, punching it. Then, as you try to clock its face, dodges back, and it is now the owlbear's turn, and it is going to turn its eye on and make 2 attacks. That is 24.
Who are these against?
Slate.
Brilliant, bitch. I've got nothing to lose.
8 points of piercing for the beak.
Mm-hmm.
That's a natural 2, so his claws miss. As it bites at you, it nips your hand. And then as you pull back, it tries to swipe. And at this point, as you reach the top of the order, by the cauldron shimmers a beautiful woman. Her form very fair, blonde hair, wearing nature green robe, staff entwined with vines in her. She goes, "Please do not hurt my creature. I use this potion as a means to create new life. Its effects are strong enough to breed new, intriguing creations. This owlbear, for example."
Well, that's a bit weird.
Nature does as it wishes.
I don't think that was nature. I think that was a weird potion.
It's
It's
simply
weird,
required.
but you can't deny that the end result is fascinating.
Well, of course not, my
Grog will be like, no, kill.
You
kill
watch
it.
as this woman appears that the owlbear sits, doesn't move.
Good bear. Owl. Owl bear.
I ask, please, you leave me with my work, doing no harm upon creatures or people, as far as I know.
But the water's poisoned.
Not poisoned, it is changed. It brings out
I fell into
strong-
the water.
And you feel the effect? Does wonders feel for you, does it not?
Oh, it does.
Grog will shout, love makes you weak. Grog, kill owlbear.
She frowns at you. Why?
Smile, really evil smile back at her.
Why do you want to kill my creation?
Grog is currently looking at her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to reach past Samson and splash him with the container.
Yeah.
Some dirty move there.
Make me a melee attack. Just straight D20 plus dex. Yeah, make me dex check. So what is your AC, Grog?
18.
You take a swing with this lantern around Slate, but misjudge Grug's height, and so it swings around like you've got an arm. Slate.
I was really hoping he was going to have to make a dex save and not me attack. Oh well.
Grog will just look at Euphoria, confused slightly, then just look back at the woman, then back at the owlbear, and then back at the woman, and then just make this bloody smile with like a glint of like mischief in his eye.
Are you doing anything with that mischief?
He's going to swing at the owlbear if I can.
Make an attack.
Before he does, can Merc try and pick him up by the scruff of his neck?
No, he's called the attack. He's gonna.
I'm not a nice person.
Make your attack.
I was so hoping that was going to work. It would
No,
be hilarious.
I
you
missed it
missed
again.
as Merc does try and yank you back, but then that frown on the woman turns to a full scowl as the beautiful female form before, leaving a thin wisp of magical essence hanging in the air. A hideous green-skinned monster now stands in her place. Her mouth opens wide as she cackles wickedly, revealing the sharp points of many shattered teeth.
As a
Alongside
bonus,
sharp claws drag behind her as she approaches.
See, it would have been a perfect match for Grog.
Disrupt my experiments? She cries out. This cave will be your grave. And she is going to join the initiative.
Awesome. With bonus action, Grog is just gonna shout, "Grog, right? Grog, smart."
It's
You was bitch.
It's Merc's turn first. I stopped combat. So
All right.
Oh no.
So the evil man turned out to be right.
Good God. I am not doing well on rolling.
Are we all? Are we?
We're back in order with Merc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a question.
Mhm.
Would it be a attack or a bonus action to throw Grog at the wall?
That would be your full action.
I'm gonna do it.
Be a strength check.
A strength check. Okay.
Do I get to swing a weapon at the same time? Oh God.
With Grog's wild swinging, you fail to be able to lift him in fear of being smacked yourself. You still have a bonus action.
Have I got anything I can do as a bonus? Nope. I'm gonna go towards the bear. Pick up. Can I yank off 2 of its feathers from its face, or is?
That would probably be an action.
Oh damn it! Then I'm just gonna crouch behind Grug. 6'4", half orc.
I am 3'4".
Are you moving out?
Oh God, I've got to move towards the bear if I do that. Oh, I'm gonna slightly move back this way.
You are going to take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, that's fine.
15.
Yeah.
Ooh. 8 points of piercing damage as it bites you.
Oh no. Mistake.
Grug, you have now been had an attempt to manhandle him, and now you're staring down the owl bear once more.
I will use nimble escape and disengage from the owlbear, and I'm going to run straight at the witch woman, and I'm going to reckless assault her with my war pick.
Yep. Roll your attack.
13.
No, that does not hit.
Jesus Christ, I'm rolling terrible now. I've been rolling good. That's my go. I'm still raged, but...
Alright, Euphoria, is your turn.
Alright, I'm going to step back. And this time I'm going to specifically look straight at Inej as I dip my hand into the cauldron and fill the lantern once. Testing. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, it was just really quiet.
We lost the DM.
Yeah. Sorry, I needed to do something quickly. Alright. There we go. Euphoria.
Yes, I'm stepping back to the cauldron, dipping my hand in to refill the lantern, but this time I'm specifically looking straight at Inej as I...
Yep. 1 moment.
Because I'm already in love with her, so I don't want to be in love with anyone else.
Be right back.
gone quiet again.
I figured as much.
Yeah. Right. So you would dip your lantern in to scoop
Reach
some
it.
more up.
Yep. And this time I'm not caring if I dip my hand in because I'm looking straight at Inej as I do it.
Yeah, that's fine. You do that as your action.
That was going to be my next question, was whether that was my action or my bonus action.
It's going to be your action.
All right, so then bonus action will just be to stow it for later and get my whip ready.
Okay.
Oh, and I do have a little bit more movement, so I am going to slip around behind the hag so that people can get advantage of it. Hands away from the owl bear because that thing's scary.
Okay. Samson. Samson.
Sorry, I'm just looking at. Okay. I don't really want to do that. Well, I guess for now I come round to the other side of the owlbear, if I can.
Yeah.
And give him another whack, I guess. Oh, sorry, that was meant to be with advantage, wasn't it? Oh, 17 hits.
Yeah. Hits. 6. Plus another 5. Okay. Yeah, you come in behind. 1, 2. It takes the brunt of your strikes. Inej. DC, wisdom save, please. No. You're still bound by Euphoria's command, who has now made your job more difficult by facing your way.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk around this side, see if I can get a better look to watch her back. Quite literally.
Sweet. Slate.
I think he's still
Okay,
awake.
I'm gonna keep on punching this owlbear in the face. Actually, wait. First, I'm gonna use a bonus action to brace up, so I gain some temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And then I'm going to try and punch in the face once.
Yeah,
Nice
that
one,
hits.
Lovely. 7 more damage.
Yeah. My turn. That's your turn. Then it's the witch's turn. And she is going to cast. She is going to cast Acid Splash on. Yeah, she's going to cast it on Inej. Splashes to Grug as well.
Mm-hmm.
Dex save,
God
please.
damn it.
So you both take 1d6 of acid damage, 6 points of acid damage.
Good thing it's
6.
not a very high damage dice.
No, it's not. How there? 2 strikes again. Sleep. 16 is your AC.
Mm-hmm.
8 points of piercing. With the claws being a 22.
Yeah, I'll do it.
13 point, no, 12
Okay.
slashing damage.
I am running low.
Be rough, are you?
Yes, I am. If this was 4th edition, I would be beyond bloodied.
You are bloody. Great. So the
What
order
is
mark.
this 4th edition of what you speak?
Merc.
I'm gonna look at what do baby witches play with? Teddy bears. And can't.
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
That's a natural 16 plus 2, 18.
Yeah, definitely fine.
Anything else? Bonus action?
Unless I could throw a
Yeah.
dagger now.
Then you have bonus action inspiration.
Oh, that's very true. I completely forgot about that. Sorry. I'm going to inspire Grug with a. Yeah. Oh no! Why have all songs gone from my head? Drink a me hearty yo ho and just throw up my jug of water at him and fire him. Fuck it.
Grug, you get an inspiration dice. D6 or D4? D4, isn't it? For...
I think at this level it's a D. Dash chat. Hang on, I've got my book. It's a D6. D6 this level.
And that's to use for attack rolls, is it? And saves and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. Grug, your turn.
Do I get advantage from Euphoria?
For flanking, you should.
You should.
Flanking, yeah.
But yes, no need to reckless.
21.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And I'm going to do Fury the Small as well.
Yep.
So be 9 damage.
9 damage.
And then would I be able to make an offhand with a hand axe?
Pretty sure a war pick is a one-handed weapon, not a light weapon.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, it's not a light weapon, so.
All right. No, it's not. I think.
So 9 points of damage
Okay.
to Hermia. Euphoria.
Euphoria is just going to say, unless your potion can let 2 women have a child, it's no better than the run-of-the-mill street-sold aphrodisiac. I'm going to swing my way. Pretty sure that hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh,
6
terrible
points.
damage roll.
6 points of damage. Anything else?
Oh, as my bonus action, can I call out to Inej and say, mind lending a hand here?
Yep. Samson.
Well, the birdie's still standing, so.
The monstrosity.
Put one of them and one of them.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. 8 and 13 points of damage. At this point, it's looking pretty roughed up. Its feathers and fur is all matted with blood now. It's starting to get a little more angry. Inej, wisdom save, please. No, you gotta go help Euphoria with the witch.
Does that mean I can actually attack it now?
Yes, she asked you to help her.
Woo! Yes, where am I?
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
That's queen.
It's gonna go over here, in here, and take my battle axe and swing it up into her chin.
Yeah, with advantage. Yeah, that's gonna hit. Oh, ow. You cleave into Hermia's body, cutting through her robes into her skin as she scowls and makes weird noises. Slate.
I bet you can guess what I'm about to say.
Do you have
Punch
a
it in the
little
face, and then
halfling
punch it in the
inside
face again.
Oh, yeah, they both hit.
Nice.
With it, you're lucky I played flanking. 15 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Slate, how do you want to do this?
Yeah.
I am going to, my fists shaking in anger. I sort of talk to myself. I'm like, I woke up today in a situation that a man of my caliber was not built for. Punch it once in the face, and nothing but teasing has ensued. I've never in my life felt such fury, and I want to like reach my hand into its mouth and just crack its jaw open, blood spraying everywhere.
So, Samson, from the other side, you watch as Slate goes on his spiel, uppercuts this owl bear before getting both of his hands, pushing them in to this owl bear, and then ripping its jaw open as it just dangles there loosely, and then it hits the ground.
I'd like to think as it hits the ground, Samsung looks at Slate and just goes, I loosened him up for you.
Ignore him, turn around, walk straight towards the witch, and I'm saying, and it's all your fault, and you're gonna be next. And walk straight up to her.
She screeches as it, my pretty. And she is going to cast. She is going to cast Shocking Grasp on Inej.
I was about to say, I don't think any of us are wearing metal armor, so.
No.
Why is it always me?
Oh,
You
and
just did a lot of damage to her. That's a natural 10. And she gets not a lot. So unless you have less than 12 AC.
My AC is 13.
So she reaches out her hands, sparkling with a pinkish electric energy.
Oh, pretty.
But as you see, she swipes with her claws and you weave away. Merc.
sorry. No. I'm gonna move up to her. Over there.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my panpipes? It's gonna sound really weird. To flash her with the potion. Just like
make me
steam it and flash her.
Make me a sleight of hand check, please.
Please. Yes!
So you managed to get some and fling it at Hermia, who is hit by it, and that small amount of splash puts her into a daze as she stares at Inej. Does no damage, you just splashed her with a bit of love potion.
Why is she looking at me like that?
Grug.
It's really creepy.
Hang on. Could I then use my bonus action to inspire Inej and just sing, "It must be love, love, love."
Yeah, take an inspiration die, Inej.
So I haven't used my inspiration yet, but what I'm going to do is 2 hand axes.
Yeah.
I'm going to attack with one, and then attack with the other after.
Okay.
So
Both
the first
with
one would be
advantage. You're absolutely swarming this bitch.
15.
That is gonna hit.
And I'll just do for the other one. It doesn't take my strength mod this one though, does it?
No, it does not.
So I will
just
add
roll.
I might add my inspiration onto this one as well. We'll see. All right, no, don't worry. 22, so
roll your damage.
7, 6, 13.
Grug, how would you like to do this?
I will slash down across her with the back end of the hand axe. I want to smash one of her kneecaps, and then with the other hand, just straight across her throat, and then dance in the blood.
You watch as Grug brutalizes Hermia, taking out her kneecaps before just wailing on her and then dancing on her corpse and in her blood, which is
while
splashing
singing
all
"Grug is strongest,"
which all splashes at your feet, and you're left in a mostly quiet cave, aside from the roaring of the water and the bubbling of that love potion in the cauldron, which the small funnel out from it is dripping every certain now and then. Small drop into the water.
Can I cut off her hand?
Yeah, you take your hand axe after 1, 2, 3, it comes off.
And I want to wrap some string around it and then put it around my neck, as a trophy.
You do so.
And all the while just mumbling, saying, "Grog strongest, Grog will rule."
Can I cut off her other hand? And then I'd like to stick it where the pipe's going in. I just want to stick the finger of her hand just in it to plug it up.
Yeah. You dip the hand in the potion. What are you guys doing?
As soon as she can, Euphoria's gonna try and drag Inej off somewhere.
Inez,
Hello.
Euphoria comes and quickly sort of grabs your wrist, starts dragging you away.
Oh, okay.
So those two quickly make themselves vacant, stars in their eyes. They run off, leaving you all to deal with the dead and very full cauldron of love potion.
One
I would like to
singular
see-
sensation, every little step she makes.
Slate, having had a brief existential crisis, is going to take, like, just dip his head into the cauldron, take a big swig, and go, I'm going to go for a walk, and just walk straight out of the cave.
Yeah. You just dunk your head straight into this potion. I want you to roll me a D8.
I would say that. I will say this.
Actually,
even
no, in Edgeny you've already gone.
actually, that's what I wanted to say. Even if he avoids looking at those three, as soon as he turns the corner, he'd see a Nedge in Euphoria. We didn't go very far.
Yeah, fine. See, yeah, rolling. Yeah, I'll take the D8 roll then. You dunk your head, and the potion is still covering your eyes. You pull your head out and sort of stagger away the lot around the corner to where Euphoria and Edge are cozying up to each other, I would assume.
Oh, probably a very passionate kiss if Euphoria has anything to say.
And I'm gonna roll this. Okay. Okay. So that leaves 3 to deal with this love potion sat in the middle of the
Yeah, Grug will look at Samson, say, Grug strongest, you oldest, you more wiser. What do you think?
I'd like to think we can move this along. And he kind of just uses his quarterstaff and like begins to push the cauldron into the water, like over into the water. So then it's like gone, but it's in the water.
You're pushing it into the water.
Oh yeah, just get it done with. We've dealt with
Where's the tap going into? Is it going
The
into
tap
the
is
water?
dripping into the water.
So basically, that would be like one really heavy dose, and then it'll be gone.
Everyone's gonna fuck for like 3 days straight, and then never again.
Although I did plug it up with the hag's finger.
Yeah, but if he tips the whole cauldron in, that's not going to matter.
That's the point.
Obviously,
Your
Grug.
You're gonna push it in then?
Oh
Yeah, Grug sees Samson doing it, so he's gonna think that Samson's smarter, so he's just gonna.
Yeah, roll strength check with advantage. Merc's not doing anything.
15.
So, as you two together just push, it teeters and then topples into the river, the whole contents spilling out into the river and flowing down towards the village of Lanador.
I think our job here is done.
Grug will pull out a little bit of meat and go and hand it to Samson. Like, good job.
Kind of just takes it, but just doesn't like eat it. It's like,
And then he'll just stroll out.
Slate, you walked around the corner. Please roll me a d4. You spot an edge first as you walk around the corner.
I pull the trampled rose out of my pocket that I've been carrying around. Hand it to her. Oh, sorry, no. I go to like braid it into her. You have a flower crown, right?
Yes.
I braid it into a flower crown, and I bow deeply and I say, "You would be a maiden most fine," and just bow until I get a response, basically.
Inej is still heavily enamored with Euphoria.
I know. I'm waiting. I'm a patient man.
I'd like to think at this point, like Samson just walks past completely, like oblivious to it or sees it, but just like
shakes his head and just
Scott,
carries on.
Scotland.
I'm a little bit busy at the moment. Could you come back in maybe like half hour?
I shall stand guard. As is appropriate.
Oh, okay. Wow. You guys, for the sake of time, and
Be
you
for
guys
hours, boy.
head back into Lanador. Inej and Euphoria getting very busy in the glossy bedpost very quickly. Slate standing outside their door patiently under the effects. Time passes by. First, after a day, Inej, you no longer feel the cloud of love for Euphoria that you felt before, despite waking up both completely in the nude in a bed. Euphoria, it takes you 3 days before that cloud for Inej fades. But poor Slate, it takes you 6 days before Inej, your enamorment of Inej fades. And
I was gonna say, I think by that point, it's become ingrained. So by the time it does fade, he's still just like, oh, I guess this is what love is.
Yeah.
I must
Actually,
stay in love with her.
actually, I did have something planned for Euphoria that may interfere with that or
just wait for the moment. So, Slate, as you come around to your senses eventually, you go to try and citizens arrest Tulip.
Oh yeah, of course I do.
But because Samson and Grug tipped the entire content into the River Trom, it is forever enchanted with the effects of the love potion. And the citizens of Lanador are completely oblivious to what Tulips has done and caring of any possible crime he has committed. So your entire claim is unfounded.
You're welcome.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. As soon as it wears off, I'm like, right, I'll be back for you later, and then go off and try and arrest this guy.
And it would become a local legend of the River Trom. The river spreads love to any who touch its waters. And this would continue for many an age onwards, even as you go on journey beyond the town. And that is where we're going to close the watch. I did not expect you guys to kick the culture.